Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. Dead Space 1 is one of my favorite horror games. And I was so elated when, EA just remade the first one. And it was a very good remake. I was so good. But yeah, the Dead Space creator Glen Schofield thinks the games industry is broken, beaten, and battered. This is an article by IGN written by Tristan Ogilvy. I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. But you will find this article in the description box down below. He has a 3-point plan to fix it. Let's dive in. I'm really interested in that one. In an impassioned end to his keynote address on the opening day of Gamescom Asia and Thailand Game Show in Bangkok, Dead Space creator and industry veteran Glen Schofield has declared that the game industry is in dire need of fixing, and he believes he knows just how to go about it. I'm all ears. We need to fix the gaming industry right now. That we do, yes, said Schofield to a room of games industry professionals. It's broken, it's beaten, it's battered, our developers are battered, they've been taking it on the chin for the last couple of years. I would also argue for the last decade, or even longer than that. We need to bring it back to what it was, right? Instead of all this negativity. Yes, and this is the reason why indie games are doing better than, AAA games most of the time. Uh, Battlefield 6 is amazing, by the way. The first and arguably most controversial step to take, in Schofield's opinion, is for the games industry to widely embrace the use of generative AI as a standard part of their development toolset. Oh, I disagree here. I mean, it can be helpful, yes, I'm not arguing that, but let's just wait. AI isn't here to replace us. Okay, thank God, continued Schofield. It's here to make us faster, better, and more efficient. And AI is for all of us. It really is. It's not just for directors and artists, it's for writers and marketing execs. So I think games industry executives, owners, founders, let's start training our people on AI. Oh, I don't like that. Start it as soon as you can. Who cares if I'm EA or Activision or Namco or whatever? We should be working together, at least in training and training our people up. Okay, that one I like. That every company should just work together in training the people to be better. That would be a huge help because I know we're going to start hiring people back again. Yes. Next up, Schofield believes that investors need to loosen their purse strings and start spending more on games development, as well as putting the right people in charge of each studio. Yes! With that, I totally agree. Come on, investors and execs, let's stop this madness, said Schofield. You want to make a AAA game for like $8 million? You gotta get your guts back again. If we start putting money into the industry again, we know it's going to make money. Yes, with that I completely agree because the money is going to the people who basically just sit on top. And we know from Bobby Kotick that he's basically did nothing. He was just an abuser, an enabler, and so on. It's totally different story. But and he's not the only one, by the way. We just had Mark Alexis Cote, who was also an enabler, who was also just it was just way above his head what he did at Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed. But yeah, to me, you pick the wrong people to run the teams, to run the games, right? In my opinion, you need a creative person who's running it. And then you put people around to help with this and that. Yes! That's the way I work these days, right? I still run my studio in ways, but I have people to help now so I can be 100% or 98% on that. That's what these games need. I saw some of the people that were chosen and they were really good people, but there's no way they were ready to direct a game. Definitely. Also, we have people like I'm so bad with names, but the person who made the Devil May Cry games, the first ones, and the director who made the ones after that, they were great. But take those two out of the game, and Devil May Cry will never be the same. It will just probably go downhill. We had the same with the what is it? The people who did Baldur's Gate, basically, and there are so many other things. Let's just say Kojima, because Kojima games are very different, they're very special. You can argue that you don't like them, that you can argue that you love them. Either way, you cannot discredit the man with the impact he had on the gaming industry. And we saw what happened when he left Konami, or rather, he was booted out of Konami, what happened to Metal Gear Solid. So we need specific people in specific positions. And again, with Assassin's Creed Shadows, with half of the team having no prior game development experience, and they were just in, that's weird, right? So I said, let's start putting money in, do due diligence a little better on that. We know we're going to make money, but we have to make quality games, and you have to give them to the right people. Again, guys, I would love to work because, yeah, I just love video games. I know what the people want, and I would talk to the community. Lastly, and perhaps most strangely, given that he was presenting the opening keynote address at a rival games industry show, Schofield wished for the return of E3. Whoa, that is a wild take. Bring back E3, said Schofield to soft applause. I mean, come on. E3 is the granddaddy of them all, which it was until it got crappy. And I will tell you, every single E3 that I went to made my games better. Oh, that is interesting. And I know there's no formula to show a return on investment on that, but every game got better when you went there. You talked with your friends, you talked with colleagues, everybody's thrilled to help you with the next technologies or showing you mechanics. When the company started going outside of E3, I knew this was the end, and I started boycotting those because that was not the industry that was working together. This is an industry that's fragmented. This is powerful. This is exactly what also is one of the problems. And so now there's no E3. But also, to be fair, E3 was, in the end, it was just a crap show, because it was just marketing. Many devs weren't going anymore, and it was just for press people. E3 back in the day was just fans. It was like Gamescom here in Germany. Schofield concluded his address by reiterating that while he's fully on board with AI, the most important aspects of game development were the people making them, not the machines. Why didn't you put that in the beginning of the article? This is the most important part. Remember, ideas are the lifeblood of the industry, said Schofield, speaking to the developers in attendance, and those ideas, they come from you. Thank you. This should have been in the beginning of the article, not at the end. How do you feel about Schofield's plan to fix the games industry? Yes, so, Tristan, why did you put this in the end? Because this should have been in the beginning, where he said, yeah, we have to work with AI. I'm completely on board with Schofield. As much as I don't like AI, because, again, there are studies that AI is basically making you dumb. It just is, because the brain is a muscle. You have to train it. You have to read. You have to work on things. And we have, wait, I can also show you something else. With Nobuo Uematsu had something. And this is this article by Automaton, also in the description box down below. Who wrote this? Dorde P. We're not going to go through the whole article here. It's just Final Fantasy composer Nobuo Uematsu says he's never used generative AI and he never will. Hardship is what makes the creative process rewarding. This is everything that's needed for this, because it just is, I mean, if you don't know Nobuo Uematsu, you definitely know the songs that he wrote for Final Fantasy games and other games as well. The dude is a legend. And just how he talks about music is beautiful. I just love interviews with him. But due to time constraints, I sadly can't go through this article. But again, it's going to be linked in the description box down below. And as a musician and as an artist myself, I completely agree. Also, I'm going into story writing for the game that a friend and I are doing. I review a lot of books and I've never used AI. I just tried it for fun once just to know how it's like. And yeah, it gave me a text. Wow, big whoop. But yeah, the these guys are legends. Do we have a picture of him? No. Sad. Glen Schofield. Great guy. I really like his take. Nobuo Uematsu. Love this guy. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Will this three-step plan work? Because also, oh, the fragmented thing. We have so many companies that are just fragmenting their own teams, which is bad. We had this with the Call of Duty teams because there are 3 teams that are working on 3 games simultaneously. We have, oh no, now it's just 2, I think. Doesn't matter. We have with, what was it? I forgot. Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Me and names. Capcom does something now which I love and I adore. This is one of the reasons why I'm fully behind them. That all of their teams are interconnected, not only with the RE engine that they're working, their own proprietary engine, which I really like, which I also completely agree with, that many more companies should go with their own engine again, not only because Unreal Engine 5 has so many issues, especially with Nvidia cards, but yes, the RE engine is really bad for open world games. We have proof with Dragon's Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. The thing there is, all the teams, again, are working together. They share their experience with the RE engine, they're working together on the RE engine, so no matter if it's the Resident Evil team, if it's the Pragmata team, if it's the Onimusha team, the Monster Hunter team, they're all working together, they're sharing their experience, they're sharing their codes with each other. We had the same thing with the Horizon Zero Dawn devs, the Netherlands team, that gave the whole engine for Horizon Zero Dawn to Kojima and his team so that they can make Death Stranding. And they made an incredible game out of it. I love Death Stranding. I have it for PS4, I have it for PS5, I have it for PC. I bought it 3 times, goddammit. And I'm waiting for the PC version of Death Stranding 2 because I'm not turning my PlayStation on anymore. But yeah, again, I really, really like the article. Not the writing per se, but what Glen Schofield said. Tristan, do better. You can do better. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I'm keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you either later in the stream or tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.